Hi everyone.
Excuse me, can we just focus here on the screen?
Hi everyone. So myself Niket. I work for BMW TechWorks India. I hold around 4 years of experience, and it's been around a year I am working with automobile industry. It's very new to me and quite interesting. So thought to share something very cool that I built and implemented recently in my project. So the reason I put those images was I wanted to showcase that in 2025, before 2025 cars, the dashboard of BMW used to look like this. Okay, this is our previous generation. Okay, and this is for the mini cars, which is again a BMW product, a BMW company. Okay, so you can see it's a round display here. Okay, and it's I can even talk about it how they made it round. Okay, it's a very complicated stuff. And now this is the new generation BMW cars that will be available in Europe starting this year, and by India it will be 2027 end. Okay, so you can see here the displayed something else. The screen is different, right? So the app that I work upon have a single code base which have a common data domain layer, but the UI layer is completely different for this screen, the mini and the old ITC23. Now, as a mobile developer, if I wanted to test something, I can just go tell a QA, they will install the app and do the testing. But with the car, the issue is that I cannot create a virtual car, right? And understand the complexity that a tester around the world, China, South Africa, USA, India, and other part of Africa countries, we have different test facilities. They install the app, the snapshot that I provide, they drive through the city and test it out the product. Now understand that if there is a single UI change, right, that by mistakenly got shipped into the product, okay, whether it is an icon or some provider issue, it will be a very big issue to the company, right? So how we solved it? It's pretty very basic. We rely pretty much on the screenshot testing. We have around 500 to 600 screenshots of every components, every screens for every types of car that we have. So what it saved that we are able to ship the products with pretty much lots of confidence that any change that we did is not affecting the UI unless it is intended to do so. So for that we use internal tools to do this screenshot generation, but it's quite simple. You can also do it for your app. So what you have to do, you can use Roborazzi. We use an extension of Roborazzi as per our requirements. And what we have to do, it's again more simpler with the Jetpack Compose code with the annotation and the setup part. You just have to annotate your class, create a test environment, run a Gradle command, it will create the actual images for you. Okay, that will be saved, and every time you push a new change, the test will run. It will create a snapshot of your existing UI, check with the previous one. If it doesn't verify, the test will fail. So it's pretty simple, and it saves with lots of to and fro tickets between our development part, and we ship code with lots of confidence. The challenges that we face is because we have colleagues around the world. Some use Mac, some use Windows. So the configuration issues, the image generation that gets always leads to always means the native part of Windows, how they generate the screenshots might be different from the native part of Mac that's generating the screenshots. So it can lead to issue there, but we generally solve with just deleting one of the screenshots and regenerate it. But this is something that I recently got to introduce and admire a lot, so thought to share with everyone that everyone should try it once, because in your product you can ship things with more confidence. Like you don't have to worry if the button click have changed, the color have changed, or anything that can lead to a ping pong between the keyword. So yes, that's only.
One question. Do you just verify the UI elements, or you verify the UI interactions as well on the screens?
We have unit test, UI test, screenshot test, and end-to-end test.
Okay.
So we do everything before shipping. Because it's very costly for a tester to take the car, go around the city, and create a ticket that this icon color is not red but yellow. So it cost a lot to the company. So that's why.
And every time you make some changes in your app, there is an image generation that happens,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
how do you share that image generation with
Yes.
other teams?
So for that we are using Git LFS, because having 500 to 600 images is not something that GitHub support out of the box. We use Git LFS, so we push all the images there. And the good part is you just don't have to do the whole screen. Even for the components, you can create a screenshots with the touch part, with the color part, with the different themes. So it comes handy.
How are the two images compared?
So generally, for the first time, whenever you generate an image, the test will pass because it doesn't have any previous image, a base image to compare. So the libraries that we have, the Roborazzi that we use, what it does that it takes the previous image and wherever you run the code, run the test, it takes the snapshot of the current component and it create a comparison, like it overlap the image and create a comparison image for you. And if there is any difference, they showcase a different, that there is a extra padding, there is a extra color change, there is a text change. So you see all the details what have been changed.
And like maybe what if I change the resolution of my screen? Like I might have some eyesight problem. I'm increasing the font size. How are those edge cases handled? Because at the end it's the same application. Just I have increased the resolution.
Then for that you have to create a specific screenshot test for that.
That is handled.
Yes, yes. Even we support around 40 languages. So we have
Then the languages.
That's pretty much.
Thank you, Niket.
Thank you.
So the comparison happens in CI pipeline.
The verification of all the test passing happens in the CI/CD, but we verify it locally as well.
Okay, you locally run the command and
Yes.
fails. And have you come across another library called Paparazzi?
Yes.
So what is the difference between Roborazzi and Paparazzi?
There is some in our case. So basically, we don't use Google SDKs. We have our own BMW SDKs. How activity content provider, what we know is little different from what we do, because assume in car the tab never closes until and unless the car gets switch off, right? So we have some different rules of how we operate, and that's why for our setup Roborazzi worked out well, and we tweaked over it to make it work.
One more question. You mentioned it is not possible to test physically because like real environment is different. but have you also tried mocking your app to just mock those real parts? Because in my company I had the same challenge. We overcome it by having a mocked version of my app. Especially my setup was in Kenya, and when I was to run the same thing in Pune, I had problems. So we had a separate version running in Pune with those physical parts mocked, and we could still achieve the same results.
Yes, so for that, in our organization, we have a complete lab for it. So we have the test tracks for it.
Okay.
And I can boot it up and I can see the.
Yeah. So where these screenshots actually help then, because you said you have mock environment as well.
Yes, but because of the continuous, now in this 3 version that I've shown, though the UI is different, but the underlying code is same. Okay.
Right.
In some part the feature is not there. In some part that feature is hidden. In some part it is extra.
Correct.
So what we do while changing or while doing improvement, there might be a cost that we don't change underlying acceptance criteria of different OEMs. So the screenshot test help us with that. The UI have not changed, the alignment have not changed, the color have not changed.
So specific to that more flavor.
Yes, yes. So it's a gatekeeper that we are not doing anything wrong. And the customer come to us that this is not working, or the tester comes to us that this is why it is changed.
I think this is similar to what we have in Python automation, where they take a screenshot of divs in the HTML and they verify.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there is an interesting edge case in there as well. Because we had some copyright footer,
Yes.
copyright 2025, and that snapshot was taken as the initial run, and always compared against it. And year changed to 2026, and it started failing. These kind of tests, I think, you might be taken care of.
Yes. I mean, it's a continuous process. We keep track of it, what's changing.
Yeah.
The good part is that all the design that I've shown is already been designed in 2024, 2023 and 2022. And there is no change after that.
And there is nothing dynamically displayed
Yes.
on that area.
Yes. So the whole process is that the design team gives us a design that is approved by the president and DE departments, and then they ship to us, and there is no change at all.
And that's nice to test that.
Yes, yes.
One question. So is it like you have to know the exact device configuration before generating those screenshots? Because you must be tweaking some UI, like in Mini Cooper there is round, and the third image which you have shown, it is not a rectangle, neither a square.
Yeah.
It is like,
Yeah.
I mean, what I can say, cut in these corners. So is it like you have to know the exact configuration before generating those screenshots and provide those screenshots to the testing team?
No. So the suits that we have that help us with this testing have exactly this kind of setup which mocks this, and based on that we have a screenshot.
Okay. And also we can test the components.
Yes.
When it comes to these kind of shapes. It also.